In this lesson, we're going to talk about the new Generation 3 STD 300 BTAM dimmer for PIXIE. Now obviously you can see from the environment and what I'm wearing, we shot this video at a different time to when we shot all the other videos, and that's because this new dimmer has just come onto the market. So we wanted to make sure that the training that you're receiving is right up to date with the most current products. Obviously the STD 350 BT was our Generation 2 dimmer, and this is our Generation 3 dimmer. Now one of the biggest differences you'll see obviously is that it's clearly a smaller form factor, which means that doing 6-gang wall plates or 4, 5 or 6-gang wall plates is certainly now possible. You can see here I've got one of our 6-gang ambient plates here with a range of other products in there, and we'll swap that one in a minute. But let's talk about the dimmer itself and what else it does beyond just being a little bit smaller from a form factor perspective. So obviously it's now got tails instead of terminals. On the bottom it's still blue, so you can identify it as a dimmer. And the capacities are a little bit different, so how many lights you can put on are a little bit different. So it's a 300 watt trailing edge phase dimmer, but it's 300 watt resistive loads, so tungsten and halogen loads. And for LED it's 250 VA, whereas the Generation 2 was 200 VA. So a little bit less for resistive loads and a little bit more for capacitive loads or LED loads. In addition to that, it's also got a range of other features in here. So first of all, when you're setting it up in the PIXIE or PIXIE Plus app, you can actually select what color and what intensity you want the LED indicator to be, depending on the state of the dimmer. In addition to that, it's actually now got the ability to set fade rates. For example, if I'm creating a scene or a schedule, I can set different fade rates. And a fade rate is how long does it take for the dimmer to go from, for example, 1% to 100%, or 1% to 50%, 1% to 25%. Now, the fade rates are typically set in two different ways, one from a scene mode and then one into schedule mode. And the amount of time that you can set that fade rate for differs whether you're using it in a scene mode or if you're using it in a schedule mode. In a scene mode, you can schedule it from 3 seconds to 59 seconds. And for scheduling, you can actually set the fade to be anywhere from 1 minute to 59 minutes. So this introduces a lot of different flexibility when you're actually setting up those scenes and creating schedules with using the Generation 3 dimmer. Now all the other button clicks are as per Generation 1, so there's nothing new to learn there. Certainly the major advantage, as you can see, is the fact that it's much smaller, so you can do those multi-gang plates, and also with those fade rates and the adjustable LED indicators. So what we might do is we might go ahead and put this guy inside this 6-gang plate that we have here, just so you can see how that happens. And essentially I'm just going to take the switch cap off, which is a standard operation. I grab my PIXIE Ambience faceplate, wall plate button, and I'll just click that on the front of it. And then, oops, put it the wrong way around. You've got to put it inside here first. I'll snap it in here first. And we'll just snap it in. There it is. Snap on the button, and let's put on that face plate. And there we go, right? So we've now got a 6-gang plate, which is full of PIXIE products. We have our Generation 3 dimmer, Generation 3 multi-way switch, Generation 3 600 watt switch, and 3 of our Generation 3 multifunction controllers. One more thing to talk about is derating. I think the minimum derating is when we have 6 dimmers in a wall plate. We derate each of the dimmers to 75 VA, and it sort of scales up from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But check out the data sheet or the installation manual, and we've provided that table below just so you can reference that and make sure that when you're installing them, you're installing them according to the derating factors.